your question again was, what do you need to do to make people more open?
Yeah, and
well, don't constrain them. And you've just presented me with a process that has got some values in it that are constraining, about precision, about measurability. So if you look here's some of the approaches that I would take to experience goals. That here, feelings. But this is momentary UX here. But there's something that's longer term. So this is typical of a web transaction. So in many service delivery contexts, there's a delay between purchase and consumption. So you book an air ticket, it's a long time before you fly. You book a concert ticket, it's a long time before you go to the concert. So on the key things, when you've got that gap between purchase and consumption, is that people feel confident that they've booked the right thing, they've got the flights for the right dates, they've not got 2 tickets like my daughter did recently by accident. So there's this sort of feeling of being in control and confidence, and not just feeling in control during the interaction, but looking forward to the consumption. So wherever you've got a broken transaction between purchase and consumption, you want that positive anticipation, and there's an experience goal. And in terms of supporting people setting user experience goals, these are the sort of things that I would have in a design resource as things to consider. If you have a long-lived, if you've got a customer journey or a user journey that's quite long and has breaks in it, then positive expectations are things that you would always set for that process. You don't want a pause during which people are anxious, worried, uncertain, and that, typically it's the quality of the confirmation email that says, yes, this is what you've got, this is what you're going to get. But that confirmation email often includes instructions to what you have to do to make sure you can consume what you've got. So the cheap air carriers, in the early days, their emails got more and more detailed to make sure that you turned up at the airport with your passport, with your bags, checked, So that is something I think just applies to all broken transactions and user journeys, customer journeys with pauses in them. But a lot of these feelings are transient. They're momentary UX, and my position on momentary UX is it doesn't matter that much. Unless it's disastrous and it stops, it's a sign. But usually, if you've got disastrous feelings, it's because something practical has gone wrong. Basically something the user's done and something the system's done back. So I think that momentary UX is secondary. So I don't think it's about having a systematic approach to user experience goals. I think it's just like, you've got, that's the sort of thing you use in editorial design. That's an encyclopedia of typefaces. I would like to, I would look at encyclopedias of UX feelings. So do you know the Microsoft product reaction cards?
Yes, I heard about that.
Right, well, I think they're worth having a good look at because they are a very simple resource, 120 cards that can be used in different ways. And I think a key thing about experience design is understanding these sort of qualities in use and these feelings in use. So this again goes back to the and what I'm doing here is I'm relating the qualities, the perceived. So these are what people feel about the artifact here. This is what they feel about the thing that's been designed, and that's only part of what's been experienced.
So this is evidence, or this is
that's a plan.
A plan, okay.
That's a hypothesis. That's a belief.
Okay.
It's the designer's beliefs that if I have these features in the system, okay, if I have these materials in the system, if I make a system from these with these features and these qualities, then I will get these experiences and I will get these positive outcomes and I will not get these negative outcomes.
But how are they reasoning? This